and welcome to Lexicon COVID Stars Awards 2021 with academic support from Macon Pharma Private Limited. My name is Melanie Cardoso, and along with Taj and Ghazala will be one of your hosts for the evening. Lexicon is India's first and largest online medical magazine that is completely operated by medical students across the country. We have published 35 editions over the last 8 years and have encouraged innumerable medical students to showcase their research and literary talents. We at Lexicon wanted to felicitate and honor the hard work, sacrifice, and efforts that the doctors across the country have contributed to during this COVID-19 pandemic. And what better way to acknowledge the work of our COVID warriors than on Independence Day? And thus, the COVID Stars Awards came into being.
Here we invite the core team of Lexicon to share their words. To start with, Dr. Anushka Reddy Murray is a fresh graduate from Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Medical Sciences, Adilabad, Telangana. An avid book reader, she uses her free time to blog about the books she reads, dances, and blogs her experiences with life. She's been with Lexicon since 3 years and has taken on the role of the editor-in-chief and has been growing and glowing with the magazine ever since.
Hello everyone, I feel extremely grateful to be a part of an organization whose core aim is to support and uplift the medical fraternity. Going by the values that Lexicon adapts and radiates, it is a no-brainer that we choose to recognize the efforts of those that have offered their services to the world when it was most needed. Listening to your stories and messages is highly inspiring and heartwarming. It pushes everybody to keep giving more in spite of all the hardships we've had to face, be it a lack of basic resources or the unnecessary violence that unfortunately put the mental health of several frontline workers in dismay. I salute everyone who contributed in whatever way possible to help us keep afloat through the obtained waves of the pandemic, with nothing but pride that reverberates through me in being a part of this fraternity. Happy Independence Day. Jai Hind.
Dr. Ravi Teja Innamuri calls himself a soul surgeon and is an assistant professor of psychiatry. He holds a DPM MD in psychiatry from CMC Vellore and has done his post-graduation diploma in medical law from National Law School, Bangalore. He enjoys teaching and is part of the Lexicon Medical Magazine and the Training Initiative for Psychiatry Postgraduate Students TIPPS Group.
Lexicon Medical Magazine has always strived to keep the spirit of the medical fraternity alive, and Lexicon COVID Stars Award is another such initiative. We know that the second wave has asked a lot out of us, and before we begin to embrace the third wave, each and every one of us deserve a pat on our back for standing together. Lexicon understands that as a small organization, we cannot do this for everyone. But much like a sample population of a large study, through these real heroes, we plan to salute each and every one of you so that we keep the spirit alive.
Dr. Suranjana Basak is the founder and editorial director at Lexicon. She is an internal medicine consultant at Reliance Hospital, Navi Mumbai, Indravati Hospital and Research Center, Navi Mumbai. She holds a MD DNB Medicine from Mumbai. She is the chief consultant at Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation's standalone CIDCO COVID ICU at Vashi and has actively been involved in COVID and post-COVID rehabilitation care for patients.
Hello everyone. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to the Lexicon COVID Stars Award being hosted on the 75th Indian Independence Day. It couldn't have been a better occasion to honor and appreciate the hard work by our healthcare workers and our doctors since the year 2020, particularly during this pandemic. We've all been through this 1.5 years of the pandemic scenario, and we've all lost a lot of things. We've all gained not more than the experiences that we have. But during this entire hustle, it's noteworthy to mention that the sacrifices and the struggle that our doctors and our healthcare warriors have put forth physically, mentally, socially, and despite all odds, despite limited resources, everyone's tried to give their best in whatever way, whichever way possible, be it through online consultations, through accommodating extra patients, or even when there's a shortage of beds and shortage of oxygen, or it could simply be just spreading an awareness about availability of beds or availability of medicines. So each and every healthcare worker, each and every citizen has been through this entire phase together, and it will be a folly to not recognize the hard work that has gone into making this nation combat the pandemic the way it has. Having worked in COVID in this last 1.5 years, there's a lot that we've learned as humans, as doctors. Above all, our time is very limited, and there's only so much that we can do. So it's best that we get done as much as possible in the time that we have, and really relish, truly relish with the people that we have, with the moments that we have. So we are now surfacing out of this pandemic, and I hope that the better days, as they've already begun, just keep going better from here. And congratulations all our winners of Lexicon COVID Stars Award. Looking forward to continued hard work and striving for the medical fraternity. Thank you for your hard work and your efforts.
It is my great pleasure to introduce to you our chief guest who have made the Lexicon COVID Star Awards remarkably successful. With immense pride, I introduce to you the National and State COVID Task Force member who has set an astonishing example of balancing a busy clinical practice of over 10,000 patients annually alongside internationally acclaimed medical research with over 170 PubMed indexed research publications. He is named among the top 2% of the respiratory scientists in the world in the Stanford University ranking. The first physician to report cases of totally drug-resistant TB from India. The speaker of the TED Talks on drug-resistant TB and COVID-19. He has glorified India by getting invited to the WHO and formulating the current guidelines for TB management. It is our honor to introduce to you the prestigious member of the Core Committee of Doctors unanimously elected by the Indian government for the COVID Task Force, Dr. Zarir F. Udwadia.
Thank you for inviting me to address you. Early in 2020, a mysterious coronavirus originating in China swept the world, and the year took a screeching turn for all of us. None more than the doctors across the world who rolled up their sleeves and pitched into battle. I remember the fear and trepidation with which I first examined my first coronavirus patient in the early days of the pandemic. A young man who just returned from Dubai and went on to die of ARDS, and we didn't know too much about the disease, but we've learned so much, and we need to be especially grateful to all of you, young medical students, recent graduates, who have rolled up your sleeves and joined the battle, like doctors have all across the globe. And it's a battle not without risk, as I don't need to remind all of you, we have lost so many colleagues, so many doctors, so many nurses to this dreadful disease. Indeed, I would estimate that this will have the greatest economic, political, and social impact for mankind since World War II. So, it's nice to be able to tell your grandchildren that you have all lived through it and fought it like the soldiers in World War II.
With immense joy, I introduce to you Maharashtra's State COVID Task Force member who is glorified by the title of the Legend in Critical and Emergency Care 2018 by the Times Healthcare Awards. the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award in Emergency Medicine India in 2015, and the first to bring the American Heart Association run BLS and ACLS courses in India in 2000. He was the chief of the relief team for the on-site management of the Bhuj earthquake victims in 2001. Let us hear it from Dr. Khushrav Bajan, Consultant Critical Care and Head Emergency Department at Hinduja Hospital and MRC Mumbai.
Hello friends. At the outset, let me thank Lexicon, the medical magazine, which has undertaken the noble task in recognizing our young doctors by virtue of an event, the COVID Star Awards. Friends, the COVID pandemic has been a demon, an overwhelming disaster, and a devastating menace which has caused mayhem worldwide. Doctors and nurses have fought this unknown enemy and saved lives from the front, and it's about time their selfless work is appreciated wholeheartedly. Their stellar performance makes every healthcare worker worthy of a standing ovation. When I was a young doctor, I had the extreme privilege to save multiple lives in the Bhuj earthquake firsthand. Believe you me, this was a life changer, making me realize the value and the need of a robust healthcare system and the unparalleled role of a doctor in saving so many lives. Just when we felt we had conquered the COVID dragon, we were hit hard by more waves and variants, making us feel scared and hopeless once again. All doctors, young and old, keeping aside their physical and emotional damage and burnout, yet again pulled up their PPEs to serve and save one and all. COVID has taught us that there is no off-season in our field. It ingrained in us that it is never going to get easy, and hence we have to get stronger, never give up, and believe and act as if it were impossible to fail. Our young doctors, though inexperienced and scared of the inevitable exposure and its consequences, plunged themselves in this world war without blinking an eye. Our young stars have set aside their families, studies, and fears and worked selflessly, diligently, collaboratively, and with full conviction, commitment, humility, and strength. I must submit that you have been the heart and soul and our nation's guiding light in this colossal fight. We also know that not all superheroes wear capes, but the real ones wear coats and PPEs. We, as doctors, are proud to have built a legacy, an informidable army to combat any health apocalypse. Remember, friends, we are all in it for the outcome and not in it for the income. It is a calling, and we shall all dedicate ourselves towards saving humanity. We now take an oath to unite as one and defeat this larger-than-life threat with our concerted efforts. Friends, stay safe, stay shining. Thank you.
I thank all the esteemed dignitaries for motivating us consistently through their immensely inspiring words and work. As Dr. Carl Jung said, medicines cure diseases, but only doctors can cure the patients. And such are our valiant doctors, who have been healing their patients with impeccable optimism and dedicated efforts throughout the catastrophe of the pandemic. Let's get an insight into the world of our COVID heroes as they share with us their precious experiences.
So, let's put our hands together for Dr. Soumya Sachdeva as she accepts the award and shares with us the experiences during her COVID shifts while expressing her sincere gratitude to her loved ones and Team Lexicon.
Thank you, Lexicon, for giving me the COVID Star Award. Yes, last 1.5 years have been particularly tough for everybody, and especially for the medical fraternity. I too have had many such sleepless nights and a nagging stress of infecting my family members. But what's truly heartening is to see patients recover and get back to normal and get back to their daily life. One such moment was when I delivered a greeting card of a 5-year-old to his ailing father who was admitted in the COVID ward, and that day I slept very well. I felt peace after a long period of stress and melancholy, and this has been one of my stories that is worth sharing, and I've had several such experiences. Anyway, thank you Lexicon again for giving me the COVID Star Award. Take care.
Next, let's put our hands together for Dr. Rajkiran Deshpande as he accepts the award and shares some of his experiences during the COVID duties and expresses his gratitude to his loved ones and Team Lexicon.
Good morning to all. My name is Dr. Rajkiran Deshpande, founder of Srimata Healthcare Clinic, Bangalore. I am extremely delighted and honored to be receiving Lexicon COVID Star Award for the year 2021 in recognition of our efforts in providing guidance, treatment and free vaccination to the patients. It was an extremely challenging task to manage and provide treatment, as the entire team in our healthcare clinic had to follow safety precautions like thermal screening of the patient, sanitization, and to be aware at all the times to maintain social distancing. Maintaining a hygienic and safe environment was the key to provide successful treatment to the patients without a single staff in our clinic being infected of COVID. We faced various challenges while coordinating with various healthcare agencies, diagnostic centers, BBMP Government of Karnataka and Red Cross Society by providing guidance regarding the availability of medical oxygen and hospital beds, which was very critical to save the life of the patients. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the editorial team of Lexicon Medical Magazine for recognizing our efforts. This recognition and award will only inspire us to continue to provide quality healthcare treatment and improve patient experiences. I dedicate this award to my entire team for their efforts and teamwork. Thank you all.
Let's welcome Dr. Mihir Mahesh Pera to accept the award as he shares with us his experiences during the course of the pandemic through a wonderful song.
मजबूर हुई जब दिल की दुआ तो हमने दवा से काम लिया, वो नफ्स नहीं फिर थमने दी जिस नफ्स को हमने थाम लिया। बीमार है जो किस धर्म का है, हमसे न कभी ये भेद हुआ, सरहद पे जो वर्दी खाकी थी अब उसका रंग सफेद हुआ। तेरी मिट्टी में मिल जावा गुल बन के मैं खिल जावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू। तेरी नदियों में बह जावा, तेरे खेतों में लहरावा, इतनी सी है दिल की आरज़ू।
Thank you Lexicon for giving me this award.
Let's welcome Dr. Sakshi Katiyar to accept the award as she shares her experiences during the COVID duties. And I'm sure her message resonates with millions of the COVID heroes today amongst us.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Sakshi Katiyar. I am doing MD Pathology from Mahatma Gandhi Medical College, Pondicherry. I'm a third year resident. Last year when COVID came, I did my COVID duties, and today I got this opportunity to talk about it, to talk about my experience. As everybody was scared, I was also very scared to enter that ward in PPE, but as a doctor we take an oath to take care of people, to be with the patients when they need us. And I know it's a difficult time for all of us. I know this better than anybody because I lost my father due to COVID 2 months back. And I know there are people out there who have lost their parents or their siblings, their friends, their loved ones due to COVID. But I just want to tell you people, just hang in there. Thank you.
Let's welcome Dr. Sindhu Jha to accept the award and share the experiences she's had during her COVID shifts.
This is Dr. Sindhu Jha, a recently graduated anesthesiologist from Kolkata. During my final year, I was on the forefront managing patients grappling with the deadly COVID virus in the ICU. There were days when I saw glaringly stark opposites of what we would normally expect happening. I've seen 80-year-olds walking home after 2 weeks on ventilation and 20-year-olds dying within hours of initiating mechanical ventilation. We had to be mentally and physically strong, not only for handling the surge in numbers, but also the unpredictable outcomes. Hence, I would like to say that COVID has humbled human race in unimaginable ways. It is up to us to realize and get our lessons right, heal the world, and make it a better place. I have definitely realized how minuscule we are in the grand scheme of things and how much we need to be grateful for the gift of sentience, intellect, and free will. I thank you all for this initiative. Be safe and be healthy.
Let's welcome Dr. Prithvi Sri Ravindra to accept the award and share the experiences she's had during her COVID-19 shifts.
Hi everybody. I'm Dr. Prithvi Sri Ravindra, working as Assistant Professor in Department of Emergency Medicine at Kasturba Medical College, Manipal. COVID-19 pandemic has been very testing and emotional time for all frontline workers. The courage, selflessness, perseverance shown by all the frontline workers, including our nurses, housekeeping staff, security, paramedics, all the doctors, including residents, interns, faculty and administrative staff has been commendable. Working together, taking care of each other emotionally or when somebody is down with COVID, and having each other's back at all times is what is getting us through this pandemic. The selfless acts of all the frontline workers is what makes me so very proud of this profession. I dedicate this award to all the frontline COVID heroes. Thank you.
Let's welcome Dr. Sneha Nambiar to accept the award and share the experiences she's had.
Hi, this is Dr. Sneha Nambiar. I have been working as a doctor in the front line since a year. Working as a doctor itself is an opportunity to do good work for the society, and my experience working in COVID was no different than any other healthcare professional. It was exhilarating and as well as exhausting. Exhilarating when I first suited up and saw COVID patients for the first time. Exhausting when we knew a patient wouldn't make it in spite of all the efforts, or when our shifts were too hectic to pull on. It was exhilarating to learn something novel about this novel disease, but equally exhausting that even after a year we haven't found a permanent cure for this. The only satisfaction was when critical patients got better and survived the treatment. I think all along the way it was these recovering patients and their thankful families who kept us going on.
Next we have Dr. Aparna Sebastian to accept the award as she motivates us with her commendable optimism.
Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Aparna and I would like to thank Lexicon India for presenting us doctors with this COVID Stars Award and for giving us this platform. It has definitely been an honor to be able to serve and contribute during this pandemic to the society, and for which I would primarily like to thank God Almighty, each and every one of my patients, all the healthcare workers that I've had an opportunity to work with, and definitely my friends and family. Having said that, each one of us has experienced heavy-hearted, disheartening incidents or even heard of such incidents during this pandemic, and I thought of sharing a light-hearted snippet of my life while I was working in the COVID ICU. So as healthcare workers, we weren't allowed to bring external belongings due to the fear of contamination. And during our handovers, believe it or not, a major issue we faced was the issue of pens, because there were not enough pens in the ICU and there was always a missing pen, and there were never enough pens to jot down notes or to take handover notes or to even write orders. And it was always a silly argument between staff nurses and doctors, and it was very entertaining to the patients who were conscious. So one such day we came to the ICU and we saw this huge box of 200 pens just sitting on the nurse's station, and when we asked around about it, they said that one of our patients who was intubated, then extubated, got better and went to the board. He had told his son to send us a box of 200 pens because he was like, they work too hard to be fighting over pens. And that was such a joy to us, because it was like we received a box of chocolates. Those were the small joys during those days, and it felt so good to see that patients saw our struggles. So yeah, just wanted to share that incident, and thank you again for giving me this opportunity. It has been a great journey and a difficult one, but as a society we're getting through it. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together for Dr. Aishwarya Deepak Chavarkar as she accepts the award and shares some of the numerous experiences she's had during her COVID-19 shift.
Hello. Myself, Dr. Aishwarya Chavarkar, working in MGM Medical College, Navi Mumbai. As we all know, 2020 started with a chaos that was created by coronavirus. It was a difficult time for doctors and medical staff. I would really love to share my experience while working in the COVID ward. Once uncle at 1:30 am suddenly collapsed. I resuscitated him and transferred him to the ICU. After 3 days, same patient came back to the ward and same patient came to me crying, "Thank you doctor, you saved my life." Then another experience was delivering baby of COVID positive mother and seeing them going home happily. Then after that, I learned that being doctor is not just profession but showing love towards your patient. I would really thank MGM staff and government of Maharashtra and Lexicon for giving me opportunity to speak up.
Let's put our hands together for Dr. Suranjana Banik as she accepts your award and expresses her sincere gratitude whilst sending across a very impactful message explaining the importance of mental health in COVID patients.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Suranjana Banik and I am senior resident in AIIMS Bhubaneswar. First of all, I want to thank Team Lexicon for giving me the opportunity to speak and also for selecting me for the award. And as far as my experience with COVID-19 is concerned, it has started like 1.5 years back when I was a PG student final year. And after I had become the senior resident, I think this long journey, the virus has changed and so have I. And also others who are working with us day and night. So I was myself also a patient of COVID-19 and I was admitted for a long time, like around 20 days with the fear of impending death and everything. And I have realized one thing, that apart from the other things, other supports and the symptomatic treatments that we are giving to patients, the mental health is very important in such cases because we need immense love and support that time from our family and friends and also our healthcare workers. Apart from all these things, as the virus is becoming more virulent and mutant strains are likely to emerge more in future, we have to be very much vigilant and we have to be very much cautious. And as a responsible citizen and human being, we should always follow the COVID appropriate behavior, get vaccinated and remain masked, because our little mistake can make someone lose their loved one. So considering everything, I want to thank all my colleagues and everyone who have been a part of me in this journey and who have tirelessly cared for the patients and are caring and will care.
Next, let's welcome Dr. Akshada Dhumal to accept the award while she expresses her gratitude to Lexicon.
Hello, my name is Dr. Akshada. I am a third year ENT resident at the Diva Patil Medical Institute. I want to start by saying a huge thank you to Lexicon for recognizing the work that doctors have done during this pandemic. Like any other person, the pandemic has been quite a challenging journey for me as well, be it emotionally, physically or mentally. But anybody from the medical fraternity would agree with me when I say all the hours in the PP and all the hard work that we have done during the pandemic has all been worth it when a patient has been discharged and walked out home. Last but not least, I want to say a huge thank you to my friends and family for being a constant motivator. I want to thank the Department of ENT and Diva Patil Medical Institute for always supporting us and for always making sure the residents were taken well care of, and for making sure that we never felt homesick even when we were away from home.
Let's welcome Dr. Chetana Vikas Sawant to accept the award and share some of her impacting experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic.
During last year's pandemic, nearby to my clinic, one lady expired because of, I think she was a case of rheumatic heart disease. She expired at around 9 o'clock. No one was aware. Next door neighbors were also not aware why she has not come out of the house, or no one didn't bother to enter in the house. By 11 o'clock when I reached to my clinic, the younger girl came to me and stated to me that mom is sleeping since morning. So I went to her place. I saw everything was over, and how to explain those children? One 7-year-old girl and one around 4-year-old girl. I tried to call her husband, but I couldn't. So I tried to reach ambulance people, auto people, those who are around in our area. Finally, the ambulance came, and I could reach to her husband also. When she was no more. She was on the sofa, lying down for long hours. When we were shifting her in the ambulance to take some hospital or some big multi-specialty place, no one came to lift that body. It was her husband and I lifted that body, put it on the stretcher, kept it in the ambulance, and I called out her brother-in-law, her sister-in-law, and finally the husband went with that body to Sion Hospital. Here at home, neighbors also didn't bother to enter in the house to give some food or some chips to those children. It was a situation where the humanity has been shown. Finally, I requested to one of my patient to at least give them dal rice or dal chawal say, but that lady prepared and fed those children. Big work done by my patients, those who gave them food, till her father returns back. No one dared to enter or help those children or to help that person. So please help each other.
Let's put our hands together for Dr. Bhavika Verma Bhatt as she accepts the award and reflects the feelings and thoughts of millions of COVID heroes during the course of COVID-19.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bhavika Verma Bhatt, consultant otorhinolaryngologist practicing in Mumbai. Being an ENT surgeon who has been actively involved in the COVID-19 pandemic's early management, I must admit that it has been a very trying last 1.5 years. It has been a bag full of mixed emotions. The anxiety on operating on suspected COVID-19 patients, the constant fear of taking home the dreaded virus to the family, the disappointment and helplessness of not being able to save patients, the excitement and happiness when sending home recovered COVID-19 pandemics. Yeah, it has been an overwhelming experience. I would take this opportunity to thank the initiative by the Lexicon Awards, and also I would like to thank my support system, my husband, Dr. Nitin, my parents, my mother-in-law, my sister and my brother-in-law for being my constant support. I would also like to give out a huge shout out to my institution for ever being so supportive. Thank you so much.
Let's welcome Dr. Farah Naz Qazi to accept the award while she expresses her gratitude.
Hi, I'm Dr. Farah Naz Qazi, ENT consultant associated with Chest and ENT Care, MPCT Hospitals Sarana and Apollo Hospitals in Navi Mumbai. I would like to thank you for this recognition. I would like to thank all the doctors, the paramedical staff and each and everyone from the hospital administration who was involved in managing COVID patients, and good work guys to keep up the good fight. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together for Dr. Mehak Agarwal as she accepts the award and expresses her gratitude to her loved ones and Team Lexicon.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mehak Agarwal and I am an intern at D.R. Patil Hospital, Kolhapur. I remember my first COVID duty when I did not know what to do and what to expect, and I was really excited to wear PPE kit and to help and treat the patient. Just after 2 hours of duty, I remember being suffocated and I wasn't sure if I had it in me to complete the duty, but I ended up completing the duty hours, and I'm really grateful for my parents and friends for being my pillar of strength, and I'm thankful for Lexicon magazine for providing us this award and recognizing our efforts. I have seen many of my colleagues suffering from COVID due to their COVID duty hours, and even after their recovery, the social stigma and its effect on their mental and physical health is really tiring to see. It's great to see some platform like Lexicon recognizing our efforts, and thank you for that. Thank you.
We have Dr. Vaishnavi to accept the award as she expresses her sincere gratitude and shares a powerful message to strengthen us during these dire times.
Hey guys, this is Dr. Vaishnavi, currently an ICU medical officer at District Hospital Bellary. First of all, I would like to thank Lexicon for this token of honor, and I would also dedicate this award to all those families who have and who are courageously fighting against the COVID. And my heart goes to each and every person who is in the ICUs fighting for every single breath. You are warriors and we are here for you. Stay masked, stay safe. Thank you.
We have Dr. Sneha Lale to accept the award while she expresses her gratitude and motivates us with her powerful words.
Thank you all jury members for giving me this award. Thank you Lexicon magazine. It was a very hard time for all of us medicals. These hard times pushed me to perform even more, and I had to outperform my best. It made me realize why I was so attracted to this profession, the ability to serve people. I have picked up few more skills, sharpened my decision making, and the most of all, always stay positive no matter how the odds are against you.
We have Dr. Hitesh Verma to accept the award while he expresses his gratitude to Lexicon and shares his experience during the COVID duties.
Hello everyone, I am Hitesh Verma. I would like to thank the team of Lexicon for awarding me this COVID Star Award. This award is not just for me, but for every doctor who has served towards COVID care, putting their own lives at risk. I remember going to the COVID triage area, not knowing whether the patient is COVID positive or negative, and later on finding many patients that I came in direct contact with to be COVID positive. So still finding the motivation to go to the next day. So every doctor, it's a true salute to all of you who have put their lives at risk. And thank you.
Next, let's welcome Dr. Ajit Pal Singh to accept the award and share his experience during the pandemic duties.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Ajit Pal Singh. I am currently practicing in Badaयूं, Uttar Pradesh. I am also associated with the Medical College, Badaयूं. So what reminds me regarding the last COVID-19 wave is the ferocious nature of COVID-19 wave, as well as when I used to receive phone calls, the trembling voice of the patients literally made treating them a daunting task for me. So I remember two incidents where I had to treat my teacher as well as one of a star chef of the country who contacted me online. So when I received phone call from their side, when I listened to them about their condition, about their all those readings of CRP and their saturation and everything, I was like, ki kya hoga? But somehow I held my nerves and started the treatment, and they were recovered in due course of time. So I would like to thank my wife, my mother, who literally supported me and gave me my space to reach out to the patients and reply to them even in the wee hours. So I literally thank them. Thank you everyone.
We have Dr. R. Amarnath Trivedi to accept the award while he expresses his gratitude and thoughts.
I'd like to thank the Lexicon team for presenting me the Lexicon COVID Stars Award. I'd like to thank my team who worked 24/7 during this pandemic. We had to go through hardships in battling the pandemic. In due course of this pandemic, we lost our dear COVID warriors. I would like to pay homage to the departed souls. Last but not least, I would like to express my gratitude to Lord Almighty who gave us this mighty strength. Jai Hind.
Let's welcome Dr. Cassandra Carvalho to accept the award while she motivates us through her powerful thoughts.
Hello. This pandemic has taught me in so many ways to be deliberately optimistic. And at times like these, I couldn't have asked to be surrounded by more supportive people, especially my professor, Dr. Haritosh Valenka. And for those who are still on the front lines, always remember when the going gets tough, tough gets going.
Let's welcome Dr. Vipul Sengal to accept the award as he expresses his sincere gratitude, sending across an extremely essential message to all of us to ensure our safety in the COVID pandemic.
I am Dr. Vipul Sengal, a chest physician and critical care specialist doing practice at Unique Lungs Care Clinic, Ahmedabad, and attached with multiple hospitals. I would like to begin by thanking my parents, my wife, my son, my friends for supporting me and encouraging me for working in this COVID time. I would like to thank Lexicon, the medical magazine, for giving me this honor. From the very beginning, this has been a challenging medical mystery, presenting far more questions than answers, but as we learn, we discover more answers. So I would like to thank all the physicians and healthcare workers for their commitment and hard work during this time. We must continue to be vigilant and aggressive with public health measures such as hand washing, keeping distancing, social distancing, protection of the vulnerable, avoidance of large gathering to help stop the spread and mitigate community outbreaks. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Dr. Sarang Patil to accept the award and express his gratitude and thoughts.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sarang Patil. I am working as assistant professor in the Department of Respiratory, Sleep and Physical Care Medicine. We have been handling the COVID patients since last 1 year. It has been a true appreciation for selecting me as the COVID warrior. I want to thank Team Lexicon for giving me an opportunity and selecting me as a COVID star. Thank you.
Unfortunately, some of the winners could not share their messages with us owing to their extremely busy schedules. I take the opportunity and mention Dr. Suraj Kumar Agarwal, Dr. Raghav Gupta, Dr. Niketa Shantikar, Dr. Manjari Shukla, Dr. Charu Datta, Dr. Vikrant Pawar, Dr. Ashish Bansal, Dr. Afsan Tehseen, Dr. Alamnini Sai Shravanti, Dr. Anudeep TC, Dr. Ashita Agarwal, Dr. Ankit Sharma, Dr. Chaitrali Gavde, Dr. Ibad Patel, Dr. Manu Matthew Lal, Dr. Nausin Muhammad Akil, Dr. Ravi Patil, Dr. Rizwan Ahmad, Dr. Sachin Nayak Sujir, Dr. Shahana Saurabh Ali Khan, Dr. Sunita Patel, Dr. Viral Nanda, Dr. Abhijit Upadhyaya, Dr. Ajaz Ahmad Khan, Dr. Darshan Kumar Chanda, Dr. Kirti Prakash Arora, Dr. Natasha Dungare, Dr. Prashant Pedradi, Dr. Rahul Rajesh Kumar, Dr. Shahid Patel, Dr. V. Radhika, Dr. Aarti Sharma, Dr. Deepika, Dr. Vasant Mani, Dr. Himanshu Shekhar, Dr. Mati Sriram Pravin, Dr. Prashant Kaushik, Dr. Saili Purushottam Mahadik, Dr. Soumyadeep Ghosh, Dr. Tausif Muhammad, Dr. William Wilson. Very proud of you all. We at Team Lexicon salute you all. You are our hero. I sincerely apologize in case I have mispronounced any of your names. Now, I request Melanie to deliver the vote of thanks.
And with that, the ceremony comes to a close. We are extremely grateful for the support by Make Own Pharma Private Limited, which was established in 2013 in India and has a presence in both the domestic as well as export markets. The company's vision is for a future in various pharmaceutical products with a commitment to creating better quality of life by providing high quality WHO GMP certified drugs. We extend our thanks to the honorable dignitaries for their time and words of wisdom. We thank all the incredible doctors who are the recipients of the award. We sincerely appreciate all of you for taking time out of your busy personal and professional lives. We would also like to take this time to acknowledge each and every doctor who has served during the pandemic. From interns to senior doctors, they have gone above and beyond the call of duty to save lives and to ensure the availability of essential services. We salute each and every one of you.